So tap dancing Jason Whitlock, aka Jason Coonlock, couldn't negotiate a deal with Fox Sports and let him go. Do I think it was just about the money? In part. But let me be real something about him. He's one of the worst kind of coons going. He came after LeBron James because LeBron James has been socially aware. He takes every chance he gets to downplay African American men talking about real issues. And he can be like a black man's nightmare on these sports shows. White guys tend to like him because he's like something they can identify with, and he's not too black and not too threatening. You know, he tried with George Floyd's murder, racist lynching. He talked about his cousin who was killed by police brutality, and he almost went somewhere where he doesn't go. But the typical cooning and tap dancing he does, he couldn't maintain. He doesn't ever want to give it up for about the obvious. I do have a problem with black folks who don't spit the obvious, and that is racism. We didn't ask for it. We didn't ask for 400 years of institutionalized and systematic racism to be taught and to whitewash everything and to manipulate everything and to sell it a certain way. And why people are afraid to tell the truth, I don't know. You're a sports journalist and it comes up as part. What's the problem with telling it like it is? But see, he's a known tap dancer. So Jason Whitlock, Coonlock, that show is garbage anyway. Marcellus Wiley can articulate, but he tap dances on issues. And I don't like how he talked about Colin Kaepernick at all. And Adam later, what's going on now? He should part his lips to the other side of the moon if he don't get dropped too. Because yes, he's intelligent, he articulates, but he is so off. Most of them are on there. They only hire black folks on Fox Sports to sell an agenda. It's not as cavalier and loose. See, one thing about these plantations, it could be the ESPN plantation or the Fox Sports plantation. They want you to talk a certain way, but eventually they gonna want you to shuck and buck and tap dance. And Whitlock was the kingpin of it. Under normal circumstances, Jason Whitlock would have been a lock, pun intended, with Fox. However, due to the severe nature of what's going on with George Floyd, these white folks' booty cheeks is getting tight, and they don't want to come across even the slightest bit insensitive. It's funny how these fakery that I'm seeing with Adam Silver in the NBA, oh we care, and all these other businesses, oh we care. You don't care. You just saw a white man murder a black man during a pandemic when folks can't get out, and you're hoping to get some more bags in. And the severity and the reality of it is that this was unjust. And this one is like, oh, so all of a sudden, out of 400 years, now all of a sudden, you care. All this year with mass media, you care. No. But Jason Whitlock failed to get. Be your uniform no matter what. Be your uniform. Uniform don't change. If you feel a certain way about something, that's one thing. However, when you appear like you tap dancing to appeal to the white constituents and to feel like they to get acceptance, that's when you lose yourself. All right. Hit that like, hit the subscribe, and the bell rings in the video. Wash your hands, keep your mind clear, watch out for one another. And remember, you're all about your uniform. No matter where you roll, your uniform is your uniform. I'm out.